So this is going to be the beginning of my ship. And it's kind of cool because I already know, I don't know what you guys can see on the screen, but I'm assuming you can see what I see. Can you?
Yes.
Cool. All right, so I'm starting to design something, and I know I've got a big track right down here. So I don't want to get too crazy, and I also know I've got to make that thing fit between those buildings. So I'm going to, now you get to hear the designer, what the designer thinks while he's working. All right, see, back up a little bit. All right, so what I'm doing is kind of coming up with a shape that I think might look cool coming down that track.
Yeah, it looks good.
It does it? All right, so got a little cockpit, because I'm trying to remember what the people look like over in this strip over here, about how large they would have been. So I'm imagining that if this is our cockpit, so if I go inside this thing, what does it look like when they're looking out? I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. And that's one of the great things about VR, is you can take people on a little tour of whatever it is you're building.
So that's the bottom of the ship.
Yep, now we're at the bottom of the ship, and I'm going to put a floor because we don't want people falling out. At least not initially. I mean, it all depends. So let's see what we got here. All right, so now we got something that looks like it might be able to go down that track like that, right? So I'm going to add a couple of little fins because it might have to fly in. You never know. All right, so it looks kind of cool like that. And now I'm going to add a little bit more flooring. So this is the fun part of VR for me, is because I don't have to get too detailed on all this stuff. I know that I'll be able to either paint over it or model it more rigorously once I get it over into Maya. But you guys can see, like, I'm just whipping this thing around, and it's just on the laptop. So this is what pretty much sold me on MSI, is that when I could have a laptop that didn't weigh 18 pounds and do this.
So seems everything you've done on the screen is very smooth.
Yeah, it's super smooth. Not to mention Gravity Sketch has got a really good product here as well. I had heard about them, and I had always, I feel like everybody's sensitive to using the word, what are those things you shave with? A razor?
We're going to bring just...
Okay, I didn't know if I could even say that word, but that's what I was looking at. So I was looking at razors, and because I thought that's really the only machine that you could run VR on, and then I went to a Gravity Sketch demo, and somebody said, oh yeah, we're running on an MSI, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So that's when I was like, sign me up. So here we are, I think we got our ship. But I'm going to add one more little set of things here. I'm going to add some little cockpit right there.
Window right there.
Yeah, I got a window down there, and we definitely want to be able to see out the bottom, just because we want to see where everybody's parking their mopeds, because I saw all those mopeds out there this morning. All right, so now when I go inside, I look out. Maybe we can have somebody sitting right here.
Yeah, maybe black widow.
Maybe black widow. So anyway, so here we go. So this is good enough. I'm gonna add a couple of cables, because cables are always cool.
More sci-fi films.
Oh yeah, are you kidding? Especially out there. So maybe I can move it like that, or maybe I just want to move it back here. All right, I'm gonna turn off mirroring and just add some random cables on each side, because symmetry is never any fun for designers. We can hate it. All right, so there's our ship, and now what I'm gonna do is actually, I'll have to See, I'm already being a designer. I can't say stop. Or can you guys see how crazy close I'm getting to all this stuff? This is what it's like for me at home. I'll put my headset on at home, and it's sunny outside. I'll take the headset off. It's dark, and I trip over stuff. And I'm like, when did this happen? So, all right. So we're done with this. We're going to export this.
So you're going to export file into the OBJ?
Yeah, I'm going to save it first because yesterday we lost the file. So I'm going to go COLIE as I play the drums, 03, and I'll hit save, so it's saving it. And now I'm going to save it. I'm going to export it as an OBJ file. It exports OBJs, FBXs, and IGS. So if you guys ever get into Gravity Sketch, you'll know you got lots to play with. Let's just call this art. All right.
There you go.
All right, so now I can I hand these to you?
Yes.
This is the other thing that gets kind of crazy. And I was on the phone with Gravity Sketch the other day, and I was like, man, you guys got to do something about whenever I take my headset off, the model goes away. So I have to pick the headset up like this to try and find the model again so I can find it on my screen.
No worry, I'm here.
Okay. All right. So now what I'm going to do is show you guys how I kind of start to compose an image. So this is one of those high-end CPU intensive documents, Gravity Sketch. So I think we had a shortcut on the desktop. Yeah. Okay, cool. See, we did this run through yesterday, and we hit all this stuff. And, so we did shortcuts. So extract all. All right. Perfect. All right, here we go. Boom, there we go. Okay, so now so what you're seeing right now is the CPU just cruising right now. The KeyShot is a CPU intensive, not a GPU intensive app. And there are guys that literally they'll get banks of CPUs to the point where they're rendering crazy amounts of geometry at massively high resolutions. This is one of those times when you want more than one monitor. But we'll see what we can get away with. So I'm just going to get my angle about right for this. So this is what I mean when we try and keep.
So ship effector will be landing on the track, or?
It's just going to be over it. I'm not going to get too.
Right.
I'm not going to get too crazy. But one of the things I wanted to do is get. So it's going to be.
Put some color scheme.
Yeah, and you can also make it like a beetle, or you can make it like this. But what I want to do right now is get.
Don't make it like a panda.
Huh? Oh, you don't make it like a panda? I'll bet you I could. Is that a challenge? So anyway, I've got that. It's looking pretty close. So you see this is why the creators want to have more than one monitor. It's always good to have lots of GPUs for this. So I'm not going to.
So you're choosing the right angle?
Exactly. So now I'm going to pick an environment and throw it in here that looks like it's going to kind of match the sunlight that I have. So I got sunlight coming from over here. You guys see my mouse?
Yes.
So I want to make sure I've got some sunlight coming from over there, kind of like that. And now that I've got that going, I'm going to edit this material just a little bit, just to kind of show you guys what it's like when that's right.
Yeah, the angel is a blessing
That's right.
for your work.
They know. The gods know. All right, so actually I'm gonna change my material here. This is in KeyShot. This is one of the fun things that we like to do. We like to go in and make things glass. I don't know why. It's just one of the first things we like to do. Not that you really need that, but anyway. So I'm gonna add